Hey! So Cam and I are prepping for a backpacking trip this coming week. We will be spending 3 days and 3 nights in the Porcupine Mountains up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So our entire hike will be along the water at Lake Superior. We're super excited. I just finished putting all of our food together for the week, and I wanted to show you guys what we've got going since we decided to keep things keto and, for the most part, clean ingredients. We debated whether or not we should do keto or not on our trip because keto foods are typically a little heavier. With the prepackaged dehydrated meals, it's lighter, but it's also a lot of carbs and a lot of ingredients that we didn't really want messing with us while we're on the trip. So we decided to stick with keto, and the food will be heavier, but we're able to eliminate all of our cooking gear. So we don't need any of our pots and pans, any of our plates, because we won't need to cook anything. Some of these foods we would not eat on a regular basis, but just for convenience sake, we did pick them up for the few days that we'll be on the trip. So we can have some light foods that will work within our diet. So I have separated here breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks. So for breakfast, we're gonna each have some granola, some protein powder, and MCT oil powder. Both are chocolate, which we can mix with water to make a little protein shake, and a protein bar. I've also packed some collagen for myself. We are gonna bring 1 pot just so we can boil water for coffee in the morning since it'll be chilly, and a warm drink will be a great pick-me-up. So that's breakfast. For lunch, we've got a big summer sausage log, which is heavy, but we'll be dividing this up between the days and it'll get lighter as we go. We got that along with some cheese sticks each. These are cheddar cheese, which is a harder cheese and will keep better in no refrigeration. Also, again, a protein bar each, and we have a bag each of cheese wisps, which we can separate through the days. For snacks while we're on the trail, I have a bag each of almonds and walnuts. This is 3 servings of almost 400 calories. So it looks small, but it's a lot of calories to keep us full throughout the day as we're hiking. I also have some sunflower kernels for me and sunflower seeds for Cam, since I'm not a huge fan of chewing these up and spitting out the shell. We also have, I baked some pepperoni chips, so I just baked them in the oven until they're crispy, and I've got the napkins in there just to keep extra grease at bay. And then this is another thing that we wouldn't eat on a day-to-day basis because it does have sugar in it, but for the purpose of this trip, we did pack some bacon jerky to have. And then for dinners, we have 2 nights, a big pack of tuna each, which we're gonna mix with crushed pork rinds. And then another night we have some prepackaged chicken, which we will mix with mayonnaise and pork rinds as well. And then I also made some homemade peanut butter, which we can scoop out with a spoon and eat as we need. So that's about it. That's 3 days worth of food for 2 people. I'm gonna be filming some footage while we're out there, just so you guys can kind of come along with us on our trip. So we'll see you then. We are on our way to the UP. Made a pit stop last night to sleep, and we are on the road this morning. Just stopped at McDonald's, and we got bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches without the bun. Guys, we ordered like 4 of these, and they could have literally put all 4 in one thing, except they gave us each individually. McDonald's, get your stuff together. But this is our breakfast for the day, and we will be on our way. So we just arrived at our campsite for the night. We had to take a detour. Our muffler broke on the way, so we had to stop at the only muffler shop that could get us in like 2 hours later. So we missed our time for registering for the trail, so we had to find a campsite that's close to the Porcupine Mountains, so then tomorrow morning we'll start on the trail. But this is our site, and it's beautiful. And we are sitting down to eat dinner. So we've got our tuna packs with our crushed pork rinds and some peanut butter to eat that I made. So we're gonna dig in. Got our gear ready and we're getting ready to eat breakfast. So we filled up our water bottles and then I'm gonna mix some protein and MCT oil powder. And then probably some collagen too, since it's not that cold and we don't need coffee. But then hot coffee. But then we're also gonna mix the instant coffee with our shakes too. And then we also have our granola and protein bars. Not sure if I'm gonna eat all of that, but brought enough just in case we needed to fuel up. So I'm gonna get started on that. This shake is amazing. So good and chocolatey. I mixed a little of my protein powder with the granola, so it's like a little cereal. Not bad. All right, so we're a little frustrated. We didn't realize as we were on our way, or as we've been planning our trip, that we need to make reservations for campsites. So we had one left. One campsite left for tonight.
It's in a good spot though.
That we could use. But it's right at the center, so we were planning on doing 3 days and 2 nights, and now we're just doing 1 night and 2 days because that's the available campsite we had. So we just got registered, have our permits, and we are driving to our start point. So Little Carp River is our first campsite, well, our only campsite for this trip. So we've got 10 miles to our first destination. We are pulled off at the most gorgeous spot for lunch. Oh my goodness, guys. So beautiful. So we've got our cheese, summer sausage, which we're gonna cut up. I started on my protein bar, and some cheese wisps. So we're gonna eat that up, and then at the trail we've been snacking on some nuts and sunflower seeds along the way so far. But we're gonna eat and then keep going. Alright, so we are sitting down for dinner before we set up camp. We just mixed a bunch of salt and Mio drink together for some electrolytes. It doesn't taste that great, but our muscles are aching, so we need it. Tonight we've got chicken with pork rinds again and mayonnaise. And I'm gonna mix up some of my sunflower seeds in there too.
I'm just gonna say it. Small right now.
Looks kind of weird, but doesn't taste bad. Cam's got spicy pork rinds on his. How is it?
So good. Calories is food.
Yep, it's food.
Food is good.
Morning day 2, we are getting packed up. We had a rough night last night. Both of us took a long time to fall asleep. And we overslept an hour this morning, so trying to get moving quickly and eat our food quickly too. So we're probably just gonna eat the granola and protein bars real quick and then do protein later. And rough. Just ate breakfast by the lake, and we ended up drinking our protein shakes too. We made it to our lunch spot. We made it in 3 hours. And yesterday it took us from here to our campsite, what, 4.5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So we just cut down an hour and a half. We were trucking it. We made it. So now we're gonna eat lunch and check back with you later.